Well, with all of the transitions, shakeups, and rumors within DC, Warner Brothers has finally decided to whet our appetites by dropping the first teaser trailer for Superman Legacy, the first official film in James Gunn's DC universe. There's a lot happening in this trailer and a lot riding on this film, so let's talk about it. The trailer starts off perfectly. You want to immediately get the audience invested in what's happening, and then tease what some of the other plot elements could be. The very first thing we see is Superman crashing into the snow, and, more importantly, he's hurt. As far as I'm concerned, there's no better way to set high stakes for your film than to show the Man of Steel injured, bleeding, and vulnerable. We don't know what has caused this or who he's up against, but we know it's serious. That immediately gets us invested in what's going on. As the trailer continues, we begin seeing glimpses of the other characters in this story, including Superman as Clark Kent, Lois Lane, Crypto Superdog, Lex Luthor, Green Lantern, Hawkgirl, Kaiju, possibly? And because I'm not an avid comic book reader, several other Easter eggs that, as a normie, I don't immediately recognize. All that to say, that is a lot to pack into one movie, especially when you consider that James Gunn made a point to proclaim that the last several DC films were not part of his canon, and practically guaranteed them to be dead on arrival at the box office, including Black Adam, Shazam! Fury of the Gods, and Blue Beetle. And yes, Gunn has said that Blue Beetle is one of his DC characters, but he also stated that his DCU starts with Superman Legacy. In my opinion, there's a lot going on here, and we'll need to wait to see the film to know if it all comes together cohesively. Gunn has a reputation for directing large ensemble films, including Guardians of the Galaxy and The Suicide Squad. However, I'm not sure the style and tone of those films are appropriate for Superman, especially when this is supposed to be the start and set the stage for a new cinematic universe. If it were me, I would have opted for a story more exclusively set on Superman and establishing him as the center of this universe, both symbolically and tonally. Personally, I like the bright color palette in this trailer. I think it's a nice choice over the muted colors of the Snyderverse, especially when telling a Superman story. I also hope that Gunn takes a more serious approach with this film compared to his quippy, sarcastic humor and fun, rollicking classic rock soundtracks. They work for the other films, but Superman should have a slightly different tone, and case in point, the John Williams theme on electric guitar does kind of make me a little nervous. Either way, we won't know more until the film releases in July. From what we've been given here, and considering everything at stake with this film and the subsequent reboot of the DC Universe, I can say that I'm skeptically optimistic. I'm sure we'll all have more to say this summer. Until next time, keep up the 5 to 9, and I'll be back from 9 to 5.